Today we're gonna configure the T95X Media TV box right after this. Hi everyone, this is Dario from MediaBox, and today we're gonna configure the T95X Media TV box running Marshmallow 6.0. So the idea for this video is configuration only. So my guessing you just bought this box and you want to know how to configure, or you're going to buy this box and you want to know how to configure it ahead. So we're going to go to all the configurations possible, and I'm not going to be running an application. That's not the idea for this video. We're not going to try and code it. This is only configuration for people who bought this the first time. They maybe don't know much about it, so we're going to do the configuration. If you guys want to see what the unboxing, what the device looks like, if you guys planning to buy one of these, please check up in the top. I'm going to have the link so you guys can click on and see the unboxing. And also later on, we're going to have another video, call it the inside look. The idea of the inside look is we're going to look the hardware, we're going to try to open the device, measure temperature, and there we're going to execute all the applications. We're going to update the box, we're going to try to do factory reset, we're going to try Google Store, we're going to try every application possible. That's a different video and will be up later on. This is just configuration. So let's do the configuration only. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to go into settings. Okay, settings. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to configure the network. Now, if you're going to connect this box straight to the router or a modem, there's no need to click configuration, and should automatically detect everything. I always recommend to use these boxes connected directly using the Ethernet port. You know, hardware is the best. Now, 99% of the people, maybe 90%, they use wireless. So we're going to configure the wireless. We're going to look over a few things. I'm already connected, but let's check again so you guys know. Let's see, it's connected already. And what I want to show you is sometime a lot of the boxes, and I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, so on purpose I turn it off because sometimes a lot of these boxes come with the device off, and people tend to cling and turn it on, click to set it all, and nothing happens. So make sure it's on. Okay, so we're gonna turn it on. Wait a second. By default should be on, but just in case it got over, in case it happened to you, the device is off. So scanning and pretty simple. You're gonna click. You're gonna into your network. You're gonna find your name. You're gonna click on it. You enter your password. You connect it once, and it's done. Also, one point in this particular box is the version, the 1 GB 8, only supports 2.4 gigahertz. Okay. All right, so we did the network. So the next, we're gonna move into display. We're gonna click on it. This just to show you something. That here we're gonna see the resolution, and make sure this is always on. Older version, if we talk about 5.1 or 4.4, when you did click on different resolution, it will automatically try to sync. There was no way to go back into the default resolution. So here, in case your screen goes blank, you wait 15 seconds and it will get you back at the safety resolution. What happened, people, they have a 720 and they say 1080, they try to push 1080 with an old screen, no longer sync. Now you got to try to find a 1080 screen or go in your network and try to connect it. But see, now because I did push it myself out, it's off. So make sure you turn it on. Leave it automatic. Why? Maybe you want to bring your box to your friend or move it between the house. It has different resolution, will be a problem. So make sure it's always on. By default should be on, but it's good to go over so people understand that part. The screen position, you need to do this calibration once. You're gonna go and zoom out and make sure you check, make sure the borders are okay. Sometimes 100% is okay in the new TV. Old TV, sometimes you need to move that. You need to make an adjustment. So I'm gonna leave it 100. Okay. So we're gonna exit from this screen. And screen rotation, only this if you're going to be downloading some applications that require screen rotation, that's made for a phone, that's made for in a tablet, and the screen is going to look twist, so you can actually rotate it only for that purpose. So by default, you don't need to touch anything. It's okay. Only you're going to go here if you're going to make a change, or if you're going to be playing some old applications. Daydream is by default, and this box comes already on, comes with the clock. There's a clock, there is picture. So after 1 hour, a screen blank like your Windows or your Mac. After 1 hour, automatic, you're going to see the clock, or you can see pictures, or you can turn it off after sleep more than 2 or 3 hours. Automatic on the sleep mode, and the screen goes blank. By default, it's never. Technically, you don't need to move none of these things. This dynamic range, it comes on. Some boxes is off. In case it's off, put in automatic. It's kind of nice. So if you're playing a movie or anything that supports dynamic range, it will play it. Since this is a new chip, the 95X, it's going to be available to do dynamic range. So we move out from display, and the next is sound. Not much to do here. Make sure your system is on. We're going to look, it's on by default. And digital, make sure you set it to see detection. Set it automatically. Save you a lot of hassle if you're going to be moving the box somewhere else. And 99% of people use the sound through HDMI, but leave it automatically, so it will automatically detect if you make any changes. So we move out of the sound. Applications. In applications here, you can uninstall an application. Let's say we're going to click one application, and you can just go and uninstall it, and you can clean data. Be careful when you go into Kodi and try to clean data. If you if you hit clean data in Kodi, you're going to clean everything. Means fresh start. So any errands, anything will be deleted. Okay. So here we see all the applications, system application running now. And since we got Marshmallow 6.0, we can set permissions now. And if you want, you can change the permission. You can say it's like phone. Well, there is no phone, so but you can click on it and says now allowed to use. So you can see a phone using Facebook. So I can change any permissions. Okay, so by default, technically I have some of these boxes. I never play around with this, but maybe you want to play with that, and that's the permissions of the application. You have to remember the Marshmallow is set for a phone, so a lot of the configurations are for a phone and not made for the box. Storage. Here we can see the storage. I install a USB. In this case, it's a 4 GB. We can install a 3 TB, a 4. I have another video. I'm going to put the link right now. I installed a 4 TB drive with no problem. You can run an NTFS, FAT32. If you're going to be running 4 TB, then it has to be formatted in NTFS. So check the video. I'm going to put the link right now. But it detected with no problem. Now this particular box has only 2 USB ports. And let me see if I can make a change for a second. Okay, so I swapped the drive, and you can see now I installed a hard drive, those 3.5. I'm sorry, a 2.5 external drive. This is 250 gigs. We can see I plug it in, and it works with no problem. Here, if you like to reset, let's say you download a lot of applications and you feel like, okay, I want to start again. I don't want to go there and uninstall every application. I got too many junk. My box is slow. It's giving a lot of error. You can do factory reset on this box. Okay. On the next video, I was talking about, we're going into more deeply. I'm going to actually do a factory reset, and I will record so you guys can see what happened when you do a factory reset. This is a configuration. I don't want to spend time in this when people want just configure the box. Okay, but just show you here you can do that. If you're going to click that, make sure you know you're going to be deleting all your information, all your Google's account, everything will be gone. Okay, we'll move out of there. We can see detect the drive. Let's check about, and let's see, make sure that's what we're running. Run as an inbox device. Okay, actually it's the T95X. And we can see the version I was talking about, the 6.01 Marshmallow. Brand new, right? June 1st. That's when they did the patch. Okay, so we move out of there and set the time, and then there is pretty simple. We're gonna go into time. And then you check your time zone. Okay, just gonna go ahead and automatically detect in my case, whatever country you check on it, and it's done once. You need to come back there anymore. One thing to know, if you get the time run right over here and you see the date run, means you are off of the network. Either your router is off, your internet's not working, or something wrong with the box. So because it pulls the time from the network. All right, so that's one thing to know if you've been something wrong with your network. The next thing, we set the language. Very simple. We're gonna click here. We click the language we want, and that's done. Keyboard. Here we can use this. It works perfect by default. Android keyboard. We need to change that. We're gonna go into configuration, and the only thing here, if you want to change your language, you can click here. This is the system by default. We can turn it off. Here is on USA. We want to go the UK version. We click this on. We're going to turn this one off. So now we got the English from UK. We're going to turn that on. Let's leave the default system. Okay, that's for language. And this is all the preferences you can change in your keyboard. Just match the font. I don't think you need to be playing around with this. I don't think people will be typing much in one of these boxes. Okay. So this playback settings only is what they call it, the HDMI self-adaptation. By default is off. You're going to be playing around with this if you have any problems playing videos that are made for 50 or 60 gigahertz and you playing around with your resolution and the hertz between 50 and 60. What I understand, by default works fine, and 1080 will not make much difference. So leave it off, but if you want to know what it is, it's just between 50 and 60 gigahertz. Power. Okay, here normally the box is in suspend mode. So when I press the remote control, it goes suspend mode. From the blue LED goes to red LED. And we can change it to shut down. So every time you turn it off, it totally shut down. But then you have to see the whole beginning, the S95X. I'm going to patch it right. I'm going to put that so you guys can see that. And then you see the inbox logo. So I'm going to put that now for the second. We can see it right away. Let me while I've been talking this. So if you're going to do the shutdown mode, if not to do the suspend mode, on my next video, I'm going to show you how much power it consumes actually in suspend mode and shutdown mode. Surprise enough, some of the boxes, they use more power in shutdown mode than actually in the suspend mode. So I got to see this box out. Didn't try that yet. So let's see. Here, well, if you want to do any changes, if you want the service, like text service, and if you want in the movies, if you want to see configuration display, also this one didn't work. It requires, see, there is no engine for it, so it didn't work. It needs to be low, and didn't try that yet in this particular box, if it's possible to do that. Now we're going to go into more settings in a minute. Remote control, we're going to leave it the way it is. By default, it's off. This remote control is an RF. It's an ER remote control, so you don't need to touch anything. It's in infrared, so we leave it the way it is. Location, we're going to check into location. The location is going to pull your network. You can turn it off, makes no difference. Okay, this is mostly for the phone to get accurate GPS. You can turn it off if you want by default. Let's look at security for a minute. Unknown source, by default this box is off. What's going to happen now, if you're trying to put a USB drive and you're trying to connect and run an application, it's not going to allow you. Only allows Google Play Store applications. You want to install App Store, you want to install another store, make sure you have this on. Okay, so now it allows you to run any application from anywhere. Download the one from the web, use a browser, and then just click on it and you want to execute it. By default, it's going to be off. Okay, very important that. Okay, so we got that. The next one, we're gonna add the accounts. Accounts pretty simple. We're gonna add the Facebook. If you want, you can run just the application, add on the application, or you can go here and start adding up all your accounts. Google, if you want to be able to download, if you want to be able to update your box or anything, then you need to install Google. If you're gonna run Kodi, really you don't need to install Google. You don't have to. You can just install Kodi from the USB drive, and that's it. A lot of people would like to update the box, so you need to install Google. And nonetheless, we're gonna go into more settings. More settings, we already see the Wi-Fi already. It's just a little more detailing. We don't need to do much here. Data use, that's for your phone, so you don't need to waste any time here. More settings. Here, airplane mode, we're not going to use that. VPN, some people ask me, okay, how to hook up a VPN. VPN, normally when you go here, if you have any VPN application, you're going to be able to see the applications that are running for the VPN. I'm going to make another video just to how to install VPN. I'm going to make it simple for everybody how to run VPN. Okay, you can run it manually, but it's not a simple thing to work, and so application make easy, and then you will see the application right over here running in the background for VPN. All right, display, we're going to go back to display for one thing here. Okay, here we get the brightness. It's not going to work. Wallpaper, you can make a change. It's not going to work. You can have the like dynamic wallpaper or live wallpaper. You can change that. Nothing changed. It will look the same. I will not waste your time. Try to run those things. You want the box to run fast and not put a lot of junk. Okay, again, this, it will not make any sense. You can turn it off. This is for your phone. All right, but this is, I want to show you this one. Cast. People ask me, can I cast from the box? Yes, and I'm gonna click on it. I'm going to make another video where I'm going to show you how to do all this. Just wait a second. And I show my Chromecast right over here. I'm actually connected now to my TV. So now what happened is this. You can have the box, you say, in your living room, and maybe you have another TV in another room, and you want to be able to play a movie from your TV, be able to cast it to another room, so you can put your Chromecast and you don't have to move the box. This is a small box, so technically you can move it, but if you don't move the box, you just have your Chromecast and it works fine. Okay, I'm going to show you, I'm going to be another video and show you how that works, but it's working. Okay, now one thing in this particular box, they didn't have, now like I was saying, this particular box didn't come with Miracast, and again we're gonna go over in my other video how to try to resolve that problem, because there's no Miracast by default in this box, but we have cast. Okay, so let's go back here, and then we got the display. We finished. Sound and notifications here, not much. Make sure your volume is always high. And this one, you can turn it off. This is just for your phone notification, nothing gonna ring, so you can shut all that off if you want. When we're there, and the next one, okay, we said that applications. Here we can see all the applications installed. We can make as well also modifications from here. We can uninstall, we can force a stop. All right, so next one is storage and USB. We can see internal storage. We can see that actually my 233 gig is actually 250. Hard drive, and automatic detect the one you plug in and auto detect it. This particular box, when I try to plug it in when it was connected, is self reset. That happen all the boxes. I don't know, that was just one lucky one, but in case, power it off, then plug it in, because it tends to reset by itself. Okay, so battery, we know there's no battery running, so we don't need to waste any time there. Memory, if you want to check what memory, what type of the applications, how much you have in memory, nothing to do there. Okay, so location. So location, we can turn it off. This is only, see, battery, history, and actually you can turn a lot of those things from your Google account, so it makes no sense. You can actually turn it off. There is not going to make any difference in your box. I leave it on by default. Okay, that's to improve accuracy. Okay, no accuracy is going to improve at any time because it's not a phone. We're not using GPS. All right, so let's look security. Again, this is all for phone. Not much to do here. Some of the things already we saw it before on the main configuration. Again, that to us is your security application that you already actually see. So not much to do in this place. And so accounts, you already look into accounts. Let's look at Google for a minute. A lot of the information you can actually control in your Google account. Again, that's for remote access for your phone, like remote allow, like your phone remote in case you got lost. But then remember, this is a box that stays always in your home, so a lot of things it will not even work. So we don't need to spend much time, and a lot of the ads information you will control it out of your Google account. And just go on everything, so you know. So improve the location. There is no improved location. I mean, there's no GPS into the box. Let's go back then to more configuration. And we already saw language and input. And let's look a minute for the backup and reset. Here, you can turn it on. And what you're going to be doing now is if you set up your Google account, you can copy all your passwords and restore all the application. In case you reset your box and you want to download your applications, you can actually control it from this location. Most in the phones is always on. I don't know if it makes any purpose to turn it on in the box. And see, there we have to turn on network reset. We can reset all the passwords, Wi-Fi, cellular data. We don't have cellular data. Bluetooth. This box doesn't have Bluetooth either. And factory reset, we already saw it from the beginning. It's just a little more clear to show you what happened if you do factory reset. It will, delete your accounts. It will delete all the low news application. Practically, it will delete everything. And I will do another video, the inside look, and I will show you exactly what happened. We're gonna do a full reset. I'm gonna do it pretty fast so you guys can see what happened. All right, so with this, actually, we're done. We not much to do. We sort everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. All right, and guys, I'll see you next time. Look forward to see the coming out video, the inside look, and also you can see the software being released, the unboxing of the TV media box. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye.